And when someone says something like vaccines don't cause autism, the whole audience will applaud. And you're like, how do you know? How do you know that? Well, you're so confident that you're applauding.
Well, it's because of what I've heard. I've heard it so many times.
No,
of course I believe it.
That's what's twisted about it.
It's just, well, that it illustrates the power of what we're dealing with.
Yeah.
And once you get it by thinking through the vaccine story, I mean, you're ruined now, my friend. Because once you get it about vaccines, then you see it everywhere.
Well, I had Suzanne Humphreys on, who wrote that book, Dissolving Illusions.
Uh-huh.
And, you know, that book is a must-read for anybody who wants to really understand the history of vaccines and what really happened in terms of the end of pandemics and the introduction of these vaccines, like what actually took place.
Yes. Oh, that. And, you know, there's the whole thread of how prevalent lead was in the population, in the powdered wigs and so many things that we had. And then when they got rid of the lead, that was concurrent with the onset of widespread vaccination. And so the loss of life associated, or the improvement in loss of life and birth outcomes associated with getting the lead out of the population, well, that's ascribed to the vaccines by the people that are busy marketing vaccines.
Right.
And likewise,
DDT.
all the work associated with water sanitation and all of that. No, that's all true. The first time to credit where credit's due, as a vaccinologist, the first time I really encountered that logic was Candace Owens had me on years ago. And she said, you know, we've done this deep dive and we've looked at this thing, and these infectious diseases go down before the vaccines come up. And yet we're told this narrative.
Right.
And of course we're told this narrative.
Yeah. The polio one's the nuttier one. Because when people are so concerned about polio and polio vaccines, and we've cured polio, they're going to bring back polio if they stop the vaccines. When I tell them, what percentage of polio do you think is asymptomatic? And that most people think like none, right? It's 95 to 99% of polio is asymptomatic. And then you find out through Suzanne Humphreys' work that they were spraying DDT ubiquitously all over the country at the same time.
Absolutely.
And
Silent
it gives
spraying.
you the same exact symptoms of paralytic polio. And then subsequently, the actual first infections that started occurring in this country were occurring in rural areas where they sprayed DDT everywhere.